Hello, guys. Hi. Yes, I'm back. Yeah, yesterday I had a very tricky day. I had a very tricky day because of the live. The live just came out to an abrupt stop. Internet's, I guess my internet was bad. I have had to subscribe to a new internet provider, and nimekuwa nikitumia internet too normal. So I had to use fiber. So I'm on fiber now. Yeah, as I said yesterday, we are on new horizons. These are new beginnings. So we are going to go live. Today I have a packed show. Leo nimeipanga ya jana iko imepangwa. Today's show is packed. Imepangwa vizuri. And yeah, anyone who is watching, thank you for every person there who will take the time to watch. And I have a very good show. You can comment, you can take part of in this conversation. And the first topic I want to talk about, I want to talk about the first step you need before building your dream house. Yeah. Watu wengi ama most people think that when you're building your first house, you start by picking a certain design or talking to a certain contractor or so many things. There is no, I have not seen anyone saying this way you should start. And I think I have realized that there are so many mistakes, especially even with the conversations I have with most guys who call me. I've realized that there is so many assumptions and so many mistakes that many people do. Many people are exposed to, and they end up having very frustrated construction journeys. So, with that in mind, I want to speak about the first step you need before building your dream house. Is it Nahi? By the way, this we cover even investments. Are you building an apartment? Are you building a bungalow? Are you building any type? Hata kama ni ya mabati, whatever you're building, this should be your first step. And we shall start with basically this. I want to start with this. Just a minute. I want to start with your budget. So the first step you need to take is you start with your budget. Okay, guys, you start with your budget, and the reason why you start with your budget is therefore kidogo tu mtanizoea tu. For now, mtaniwia radhi, what is not happening. It's not happening with my kidogo tu. My slide is a bit misbehaving. Yeah, so you define your budget. So the first step after defining your budget, or when you are defining your budget, you can define it in so many ways. So number one, what is your desired total spend? That's where you should start. How much money are you willing to spend at the end of the day? Okay, how much money are you willing to spend is let me bring myself here. Okay, so how much money are you willing to spend? So that's where you should start. Your total desire. If you're willing to spend at the end of the day 5 million, 6 million, 10 million, 1 million, 500,000, that's what you can afford. So your desired total spend. And when you are coming up with your desired total spend, always have a buffer for about 10 to 20%. So if you are thinking of spending 1M, please jieke buffer ya 100k to 200k, because construction has very many challenges na mambo unknown expenditures And then number two, what do you have? What is your current capital? Hii ni kama biashara, what is your available funds? And the difference between, by the way, construction and business, the only difference is that at the end of a construction, you know what you are going to expect. Biashara ni pale mwisho ujuange kenye utapata. You expect good returns, but you never know what you shall get. But the good thing with construction, you know what you get. And guys, you can comment whether you can hear me. I want to know whether I'm audible. Yeah, please. I want to know whether I'm audible. So as I was saying, how much money, if you at the moment you have 1 million and you are willing to spend 5 million, So we shall use a 5 million house in this case study. So if you are willing to spend 5 million and you have 1 million, and so for you to raise the 5 million, the remaining 4 million, what would you be contributing monthly towards that? So you start planning there. So if your desired project is to be about 5 million, you have 1 million today. So you can decide I will be saving 100K towards saving 5 million, which will take a long time. You can do the math. It will take about 3 and some years, 3 and some months, 3 years and some months. So that's your that you're combining your available funds and your monthly contribution. Some other way you can fill in the gap if you have your current is perhaps you can assess funds through loans, maybe grants. Kuna watu wanaweza kutupatia grants. You can be given a gift by a parent or a friend. Or you have a certain asset, uko na ka 50 by 100 pahali unanunua, uko na shamba pahali, you want to dispose it and get the remaining funds. So when you come up with your budget, the next stage now, the next step is determine your building approach. Am I going to build, depending on my budget, am I going to build outright one continuous space, or am I going to build in stages? Construct as funds around. So nitajenga in phases. Am I going to build in as my funds, ama as my budget, ama will I build in a continuous phase? This is very self-explanatory. And then when you do that, now this is the third stage. When you define your budget and then define how you're going to build, now you envision your dream. What are your wants and needs? You create a wish list. Anything that you have ever thought about. Anything and everything that you have ever thought about. Hello? Am I visible? Am I audible? Don't tell me. Am I audible now? I think I was not audible. What's happening? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Finance Frontiers. Thank you for that. So, as I was saying, you envision your dream. What are your wants and needs? What you create a wish list. The window sizes, ceiling type, decorative, the roofing, everything that you ever desired. Write it down. The outdoor spacing, the fencing, every detail that you have ever thought. Hata kama utaandika booklet. I have a friend of mine who literally writes everything to the last detail anahitaji, anaiandika. Write everything down, whether it's big or small. And then when you do that, this now becomes your design blueprint. This, by the way, you have not gone to your architect, you have not seen anyone. Hakuna mtu umeona. This, you're just beginning. Now, from there, after now writing, hata hujaanza safari ya kujenga ama hata kuona architect, after determining all that you want personally, your interest and your wants, now you go to understand your piece of land. And if you have 2 or 3 and you are confused, nitajenga hapa ama pale, now this is where now the confusion starts. Unaanza ku eliminate the confusion. Maybe you have 3 plots of land, moja iko Joska, ingine iko Kitengere, ingine iko Kikuyu, and you are torn between what to build. Depending on your wants, is the moment you understand your portions of land, utafanya role elimination depending on your needs and wants. So when you understand, by what do I mean understand your piece of land? Go and take plot details. That is size, shape, sides, everything about the plot details. Yeah, get to know the fencing, existing, whatever is existing, and also you write down your preferred final fencing. Your preferred final, the plant yenye sasa you envision, you write it down also. Go and write your soil type,
Sometimes just is it black soil, is it red soil, is it a mix of both? Yeah, take your topography. Are we talking about uko kwa mlima, uko place kwa swamp, uko place flat land, uko place rocky, everything. Please andika mpaka your assess road. How are you assessing your road? Everything, every detail about your road, understand it and write it down. Now, when you do that, now go and get your understand your regulations. Understand your regulations. These are permits and licenses that you require. Sometimes kuna places zingine watu wanajenga bila, which hiyo sitaingia into conversation in for today. And sometimes there are even limitations zenye za homeowners association wa hiyo place. I was somewhere in Kiambu just a few weeks back, like 5-6 weeks ago. Nikapata that area, the minimum plot you can buy is a half. The minimum plot unaweza nunua hiyo area ni half, na si county me restrict, ni home owners association ya hiyo area wame restrict the minimum amount you can buy of portion of land ni half an acre, and in that half an acre you can only build one home, not two, one home. Unaweza jenga nyumba moja na SQ ama guest house, but it's you're building for a home. Huwezi jenga, and the price is very expensive. We are talking of 1 acre is about 20, 30, 40 M. 1 acre. 20 to 30 M just for 1 acre. So na hiyo place iko restricted. There was some houses zilikuwa zimejengwa in 1 acre, 3 houses. Ilikuwa inasemekana moja ya hizo itabomolewa ama zote ziangushwe. Na kama zimekaribiana sana itabidi zote ziangushwe ama moja ibaki. It's that serious. So understand, before you make plans, understand kama kuna homeowners association in that area, watu wanafanyanga nini, understand from this information you can get it from your county. Unaweza squeezy county, any county, when you enter the online on the websites, you can get people in the departments of roads and planning, utapata huko those information. Talk to your neighbors, hao ndo hata wako na more information. Every person that you know wa hiyo area, talk to those people, at least you get those ideas. And then please remember to write down, are we in a hot area, are we in a humid area, are we in a cold area? Kama unajenga Limuru, your architect ama this information, by the way, what we are writing down is the information to take to your architect. From the budget, tulianza from the budget penye tulianza up to now in the environmental factors. Please, everything hauachi, you are not leaving anything unwritten. Okay, so if you are joining us, we are talking about construction. Yeah, we are talking about the first step of building your home. Okay, now when you do that, you write down even the environmental factors, whether when the place rainy sana, everything about the environment, write it down. And then this is now where you craft your architect's brief. You can, hizo vitu zote umeziandika, you can put them as one document now, and I will show you how to do that. And if you have when you have done that, it's easier now to talk to start the planning phase. You see, but now you had to plan yourself before even you start involving other people. So an architect brief is a document from the client, you yourself, to the architect, outlining their wants, your wants, zile vitu unahitaji, needs, and the project details, including everything that I've spoken about at the back. So the purpose is to ensure the architect understands the client's vision. So ili architect ukimpatia vision yako, budget yako, shamba yako, na priorities and constraints. There, constraints ni your budget. It's all about budget, and RAD, and the size of RAD, leading to a design that aligns with the expectations and the budget. You see? So we are going back. By the way, construction is all about budget. And guys, if you have a question, you can ask. Yeah, if you have a question, by the way, you can ask. And if you want to be a guest of this live, you can also, there is a link below. If you want to be a guest, there is a link below also, hapo kwa description. You can request, you can just click on that and request. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask. So as we continue on the comments part, you can just comment as you continue. So I will give you an example of an architect brief. Let me find it here. And I had written this, and this, by the way, this architect brief is of a project that is about to start. So we went and visited that portion of land. Let me show you. It's somewhere. And when we visited it, I realized the owner, the owner already wanted a certain, alikuwa anataka kitu fulani. Unaona? So alikuwa anataka 2-bedroom units na kwa nini imeanza wapi? Oh, hii imeanza mbali. Nashinda iko wapi? So the architectural brief for residential development. So this is, you give a project overview, what the project will entail, the plot details. The plot is rectangular, the area, which is in hectares, in 100 by 100, but to be exact, it was 0.09. And then the lengths, kuna 2 sides of that, 3 meters each and 26 meters each. Orientation, inakuambia, soil type, tunasema, and then we analyze what kind of fencing is existing today, and then the layout of the rad. So hiyo shamba inakaaje, and from there nikaandikia sasa, from what the client wanted, alikuwa ameandika zile vitu anataka. Alikuwa anataka 2-bedroom units na studios. Mimi nikamuadvise according to the budget ako nayo, which I won't share here. Let's go with this size. You're not haushiki architect mateka. You're not haumshiki mateka, by the way. You're just putting yourself in you're just giving him a playing field, unampatia a way to play around, naona. And then nika advise the client on the roof design, because now this is a commercial project, because I love the Skirions, because mi napenda Skirion. Hata nyumba yangu yenye naishi hii, by the way, I'm in my house right now, it's a Skirion. And then I went to the interior finishes, the kitchen, the wardrobe and cabinetry. I just explained to the architect the utilities and infrastructure we needed, everything that we needed. And then I explained about the landscaping, mpaka walkways, kila kitu tunamuexplainia. You see, so that, and I even attached a few documents that are not here, so that by the time the architect goes to the site, anaelewa where the client is coming from. Naona, and with that, si lazima kama hapo hata tuko tumesema a 2-bedroom unit, ilienda ikabidi the architect ameproduce a 2-bedroom unit kapi, because hizo nyumba zimechorwa. Let me show you. Yeah, the architect ended up having extra units. Just a minute. Let me show you. Just a minute. What that brief ended up having. Where is it? Video file. I hope it. No. Let's just do a presentation. Let me present. Where is it? Okay. Okay, mutaniwia radhi. I'm here to understand this thing, yeah? So someone is commenting, please, can you break down if one has a budget of 10 million and another for 18 million with a plot of 1 acre and also underground storage for each, how many bedrooms can you build? Okay. So there is a question as I'm looking for here. There is this question. This is finance frontiers. Please, can you break down if one has a budget of 10 million and another for 18 million with a plot of 1 acre each, and also an underground storage of 80,000 liters for each. Show how many bedrooms you can build. It's not about the bedrooms, it's about the size. Yeah, so you can build a 4-bedroom house which is very big. Yeah, it's all about the size. Yeah, and in this budget, we always encourage mtu akuwe na anything beyond 10M, at least have 4 bedrooms. Yeah, yeah, hata huyu ameelewa. Yeah, Evans Kabubu amesema, hata amekujibu hapa vizuri, amesema I don't think it's about the number of bedrooms but the size of rooms. Yeah, and finishing. Yeah, and finishing. I was coming to the finishing. So as Evans amesema hapa, it's not about the number of rooms. In this budget ya 10M kwenda juu, we always advise people, please do at least 4 bedrooms. Na because hii budget sana sana watu wengi wanajenganga mansionettes. So what happens, you have to have a bedroom huku chini, at least the ground floor, because watu huzeeka, na watu wakizeeka sometimes stairs zinakuwa noma kupanda, and perhaps before mzeeke inaweza kuwa your guest house, which can be also inaweza act kama your domestic workers room, whatever it is. But at 10M you are limited at what you can get, but at 18M your limitations are even as equal. Na hiyo amesema underground ina affect budget aje? Kwa hii ina affect budget sana. Hii underground water tank, it affects the budget, but it depends on okay, let me explain this. When it comes to construction, it always depends with the approach you take. But on a normal underground water tank, on 1 acre, so space is not the issue. So kutakuwa na space will not be the issue. 80,000 liters. 80,000 liters. This will be expensive. Itamkuda anywhere between, depending on the membrane ataweka. Akiweka plastic membrane itakuwa cheaper, but akitumia tu concrete mara moja na RC wall, and depending kama ako in places that this is what I'm talking about. 80,000 liters for these itamkuda anywhere between 1 to 2M, and it depends on the ground venye iko na the internal walls kenye atatumia, and the reinforcement atatumia. Akitumia RC wall definitely itakuwa more expensive. Kama ni mawe peke yake angukie, hahitaji kushikilia maji, but you know water has a lot of pressure, so you have to make sure that you are accounting for the pressure inapatiana nje. So it all depends. But hii budget yake ni a small, hii ya 10M ni a small bungalow, roughly how many square meters? A bungalow roughly 250 square meters, working with 40,000 per square meter. Hii ingine ya 18M, it's about, na huko sasa unaweza kata 400 square meter, working with a budget of almost 45 to 48,000 per square meter, which now means the finishes will be more good, more pleasing. Yeah, so basically that's it. Yeah. Any other question? So kabla tumalizie hapo, I was showing you guys this file here. Where is it? Kwani ikuji? So I was showing you the nini, but we shall come back to it. See party. So I was finishing on the architect's brief, and for those who are coming, wenye wanaanza, for those who are starting, this video is talking about the first step you need before building your dream house, and tumezipitia, and to finish them out, kumalizia hapo mwisho. Okay, tunasema what the architect, these were now you need to determine the kind of architect to take. Kuna architects tu kazi yao wanasema wanataka tu job. So before giving that architect hiyo kazi kidogo tu, before kupatia hiyo ama kuamua architect ni nani, please be able to understand the role of the architect. The architect saa hii ukimpatia hiyo architect brief, his work is now to guide you to harmonize your wants and your abilities. Umeona venye tumefanyia mtu wako na 10M to 18M, tumemwambia work with 250 meter per square and at least work with 4 bedrooms. Huyu mwingine wa 18M tunamwambia work with about 400 square meters because that's his budget, inamu allow that. So so you have to discern budget. It always start with the budget and your wants, and then now you harmonize them. And then the good thing about now the architect brief, itazuia conflict before, during and after construction, because kuna especially kwa finishes zile conflicts zikuja wacha hakuna kitu mbaya hii dunia ukuwe na 10M umejenga structure na umeshindwa kuweka hiyo milango because you didn't plan well from the word go. So basically that's the first step naambianga mtu before building. Please have a, this should be your ninaita it's coming up with an architectural brief. So in summary, we talked about you define your budget, you decide your building approach, envision and document your dream. So that's now where you come up, you start now writing your wants and everything, and then understand your RAD. Please elewa shamba yenye unadili nayo, because the RAD also is very important. And then you prepare an architect's brief, and then now you're ready for your construction journey, where now the architect will take you along the journey. We shall talk about the next step on how to choose a good architect, but that's basically the first step. You see, and today's video is for that, talking about the first step of construction. So if I hope there are any other person with any questions. I am asking for more questions. Yeah. So, and finance frontiers, I hope umeridhika na hii question. I hope umeridhika. I hope umeridhika na jibu tumekupatia. Any other question, guys? Willing for, and if you think this format is nice, you can also comment there. Yeah? At least tujue tujakosea sana before I go to the next topic. Yeah, nitaingia the next topic in 2 minutes. So guys, if you have any question, you can comment there, and at least tujue kama tuko in the right tunafanya ile kitu inafaa. Yep. Yeah. Questions or comments, you can even comment anything. Yeah. And the next topic we are talking about, tutakuwa tunaongea juu ya the affordable housing. I visited Kirugoya. If you have watched the last video I posted in this channel, at least you are aware that I revisit Kirugoya. I visited Kirugoya affordable housing, and I want to speak about affordable housing and the numbers. We do the math, the real math. I have some data that I've written down, and see whether it's a worth a money investment worth it. There are so many rumors and so many assumptions people are making, which sometimes by the way, there are houses that I would propose people to buy in the affordable housing, and I believe that there are houses that are yeah. Someone asked a question, the 18 million one, okay. Break it down further. Kwa hiyo 400 meter square tutajenga room ngapi na how do we plan it? How many floors? Just ground floor and first floor, nothing more. Unaweza iweka flat roof, which itakuwa poa sana. So 200 meter square on each floor. So 200 meters square. This is the print area on the first floor, on the ground floor, and another 200 meters square on the other floor. Okay, and then rooms hapa chini utaweka tu master bedroom au yani guest room, huko juu weke 3 bedrooms ama 4 bedrooms are good, you can divide them there, and then at least mbili zinaweza kuwa master and suite, mbili zishare, unaona, ama yeah, you can share them, 3 zinaweza share, because 200 square meters is a big portion, it's a big portion, because unaona bungalow, my house itself nanika 2 bedroom unit, it's 44 meters square, so it's a big house, it's a mega, yani you have a lot of space to play around with, hata unaweza kuwa na kabase tu ka balcony, huge balconies, especially for the master place ya kuchill. It's a very, if you want me to break it down, this is my number, guys, if you really want your breakdown, that's my number. Finance Frontier, I don't charge. Tunaweza ongea in detail, or unipatie time kesho ni kujibu, because I be doing these lives every day. Sasa I have yet to come up with the schedule, but I'm thinking of 7 to 10 every day, from Monday to Friday. Najua nilianza jana, nilikuwa nafanya hii try and error and making sure that I'm ready by Monday. So for that, I think I can break this down. This will be part of the things that I will talk about tomorrow. And thank you for even the questions and the involvement. So now, Raxon Omari, how did you manage to build your house? Will you say for how long? Guys, mi nikianza kujenga nyumba yangu, for those who have followed my journey from video 1, which is a series on this YouTube, you can check Miano Muthii house. That's the, utaona there, we have over 31 videos. From day 1, nilianza na 10K. It was in August 2023. Na nilipoanza na hiyo 10K, nilichimba mitaro. And after that, I was saving about 50K per month. That was my, nilienda in stages. I started building, I realized my capacity was about 50,000 per month. Na nilijenga na bado tunaijenga. Juu hata kama niliingia, by the time nilikuwa nimeingia, nikiingia nilikuwa nimespend about almost 900,000. Sasa tumepita way over 900,000, and you can see bado hata sijapaka rangi in some rooms. Kama hii room, this is the second bedroom, this is still the undercoat. Yeah, sijaipaka rangi. So you can see, so there are so many things that now I spent that. I went for 17 months saving 50K on average per month, ndo niliweza kuingia. Okay, when I'm building without a budget and a job, sometimes you can just go for it. True. But it's good to, najua unajenga bila budget ama bila job, but hiyo sasa ni I will say this, planning to fail, or failure to plan is planning to fail. That's all I say about that. I know it's possible. I have seen people doing it, but at least you have a plan. Just plan. When do you expect to finish it? Usijenge nyumba kubwa itakuchukua 10 years to build. Jenga nyumba itakuchukua 2 years to build, depending on the income. Na kama una job, sikumaanisha hata mimi sina job. Mimi ni mtu wa biashara, so sina job. Naweza pata job kesho, naweza pata profit this month, next month naweza kosa profit. Yeah, and when I'm saying that I spent about 50K per month, it's on the average. There was a month I spent over 100K. Especially nikiweka roofing, there was a month I spent less. You see, I spent even 10,000. There was a month I spent 10,000, but on average, that is what I was spending per month. So sikumaanisha ati kila month nilikuwa naweka pahali 50K tujenge. No, it was on average of 50,000. Okay, so Pirizira Sawadi, kwa hivyo mtu anaweza start kujenga na pesa kidogo? Definitely. Mimi nianza na 10K nikajichocha, but after kujenga hiyo mitaro nilikaa wiki kama 4 kama sijafanya kitu, almost 1 month plus. Yeah, bila kufanya kitu. Mitaro tu inajaa maji. Lakini haikuwa nini? Lakini haikuwa noma sana. And then let's go to let's go to sisi watu tuko na familia ni ngumu ni kusave. I'm now 47, I'm now 37 considering kuchukua loan ndio nijenge. By the way, if you've done the math, all I tell people is before you take a loan, before you take a loan, make sure that umepiga hesabu from the interest, from the cost of the loan itself, because a loan itself is expensive to take. Loan si cheap. Kama mimi, people who know my story, we took a 6 million loan. To process that 6 million, we spent over 1.7 M. Which 800,000 bado ilibaki, but si ni pesa ilitumika. So we needed about 1.7 M to process 6 million loan. You see? So it's fanya hesabu yako, because hiyo loan pia it has its costs na how much. So I would prefer ukipiga hesabu hiyo pesa utakuwa unalipa, you can build in stages, which is hard, especially kama uko na familia, because you never know, but you know loan inakupushing to a corner. So depending, if umeajiriwa job, I would prefer ufanye hivyo. Kama si job, sacco loan can help. Yeah. Not all of us know about the small details involving in building of our dream houses. I think if you have, you can develop a questionnaire template, see tutajaza, then you can give us more robust answers. Wow, I didn't think about that. Okay. Na mtanunua. I can create a questionnaire, perhaps an Excel sheet where people can download it. Yeah, that's something, and perhaps ni use kama kamia hivi, at least tupatie hii channel some income. By the way, I didn't think about this. Yeah, expect it soon. Expect that soon. Yeah, expect that soon. By the way, I didn't think about that. Thank you, Evans. If a plan is consistent and fund is consistent, how long will 18,400 meters square take to finish? If a plan is consistent, it's not about fund is consistent. Kujenga ni stress. And at this scale, so many things go through. 6 to 9 months. I would suggest 6 to 9 months. Kama uko na haraka sana, you can manage with 6 months. Yeah? Because at this scale, there are things that there is precision. There is time for precision. See, like unachukua, you know, at this budget, the way tiles are pressed, kuna ka precision kanahitajika, and that precision comes with time. You see, so for that, I will advise 6 to 9 months. Okay. Okay, tuache hizi stories za failure to plan is planning to fail. I started building a 130 meter square 2 years ago. I only had 120K at the time. Then now I'm doing the plumbing and I move in next month. Okay, it's possible, but but you planned the house. So you plan hiyo nyumba ni 130 meter squared. Yeah, that's an argument that I won't dwell in. So I want to talk about affordable housing, guys. I want to talk about affordable housing, yeah? And yeah, let me. So remember, you can be a guest of this live or join the live on video through the link on the description. So let me talk about affordable housing. You can ask any question now. I think we're done on that part. Let's talk affordable housing. So there is this video by these guys on NTV. They did this video. Oh, yeah, I prefer this route. Okay. I'm trying to figure out a few layouts here and there. Kuna layouts nilikuwa nazo jana There was a program I was using yesterday which was new to me, man, imenisumbua. Nilijaribu OBS nikatokea kama zombie. So I'm trying a few programs here and there. That's why unaona kama hii bado ni hata sijailipia. This is StreamYard. I've used StreamYard once again, but for now wacha tuone kama ita serve the purpose of these rights. So I want to talk about affordable housing, and as I was saying, I visited the ones in Kerugoya, and there were nilisoma vitu huko, and I want us to go now deep into the numbers. Let's do the math, because I believe there are some units that are worth it. Even I have a friend of mine who sent me these. Let me show you something here. Where is it? There is a friend of mine who sent me a breakdown of how good of a very nice here it is, of a very nice breakdown, no, of one of the units. It's the cost of the unit was 1.2 M, and the deposit is to be 128K, and then you can see the monthly repayments, how many months to complete the payments. But hapa nimepiga hesabu tu saa hii nikiwa as I was analyzing it, nikarealize kuna makosa. I have created my own sheet also, and I come to that sheet also sometime later. And yeah, so you can see hapa unaona the ROI, it's at 217%, 21.7%. Na roll rent scenario, in case ununue unit ulipishe, and it depends in the location. This is near Nairobi, and this is 17%. You see, so guys, si zote mbaya, affordable housing si zote mbaya, na wako na units hata zingine. Let me show you, like such a unit, guys, which by the way, I was looking at this social housing, achana na affordable, the social housing, hii wanaita 3-room unit. Hii hata si 3-bedroom, wanaita 3-room unit. In big families, especially those who are living in the slums, hii unit unaipata na about 1.2 M. Hii unit iko na utakuwa unalipa 6,800. Unaweza weka 3 bedrooms. Literally, you sacrifice having a sitting area. Na muishi poa, room moja iko ya wasichana, nyingine ya mavijana, na nyingine ya wazazi, na mko na kitchen area. And na like you can see there is a value in the affordable housing, but si zote hizi affordable na market rate wachana nazo. Social housing, if you get the opportunity, msikose kuzichukua, guys. Social housing, mtu yote atapata opportunity ya kununua social housing. Don't do that, okay? Usiache chini, okay? For those who are commenting, I come back on your comments later. Let's me finish this point, okay? So I've done some mathematics here. Nimechukua hii hapa, let me show you, and I want us to go through these units. Nimepiga hesabu. So the first one is social, here bluish. The yellow one is affordable housing, which are by the way, they have so many varieties. Nilishtuka varieties hizi hata ni zenye tu ziko karibu na mimi. Kuna varieties hizi, these are just varieties in Kenyaga. Kuna varieties ziko Kisumu, Meru, which have even the pricing is very different. So before undertaking this process, the only thing that makes sense is the social units. As you can see, the size of the unit is the studio ama bed sitter 20 meter square, and then ni kama wanauza hizi nyumba per meter square. You get it, ni kama wanaziuza per meter square. If you add 640 by 2, you get one point. This is not 128, it's 1.28. Sorry, ni 1.28. Yeah, you get 1.28. And then hii nimekosea mahali kidogo, poleni. Yeah, I made some mistake somewhere. So if you do the math, but it has no haina shida yote on the total. The total ni hapa tu kwa 1.2. So if you do the math, hii nyumba you still need processing fees about 50k, na nimeziweka hivi depending because hizi za social housing wamepatiwa a lot of waivers zile stamp duty nini, but you still need money to process it. You still need transport money, you still need hardware, you still need processing. Or to own a property in Kenya is expensive. So I've put on the lowest side about 50k, na hii ni on average, hii si fixed. And then ukiangalia hizi zingine depending on the amount of money you're spending, imeweka 100 to 150,000 depending on the amount of money you're spending. And then there is the deposit nimeweka hii hapa ndo hii ni 12 ni 12,000 not 128. It should be 128,000 the deposit, and then hapa hivi unaiweka to 6,000. So this one should be about 2.8m not 2.6, 2.8m because they are 12,800. And then the monthly payments, after that years, this is the amount of money you shall have paid plus the service fee. If you see the social housing, their service fee wanasema ni 300 to 500 Kenya shillings. So nimeweka hapo. Going with the other service fees are other units in Kenya za NHC, it's about 3,000. You can see. So all these, the only thing that is making financial sense ni here, bro. Here red hata unafaa kukimbia. You can imagine the same unit, hii social 2-bed that you can get at 6,800. The same unit unaipata na at market rate unaipata na 21,160. Unless uko CBD yenyewe ama uko price range ziko weird and more expensive. I don't think they are that expensive. I don't think they are that expensive. So I want us to see NTV made a visit to Kirinyaga, and not only that, there was an interview by this lady, the CS or housing Wahome. So I want to also to watch that, but before that let's go back to Benjamin. Hiyo nyumba Priscilla Zawadi amesema hiyo nyumba ni kubwa sana. How many bedrooms? I believe it's a 3 to 4 bedroom, maximum 4 bedroom. Kazi ya architect ni kuplan for you. Yeah, kuplan for you, not to plan for you, it's to design for you your ideas. It's to understand. No, your architect is not the one who is planning for you. In construction kuna architect to design your ideas. The engineer, kazi ya engineer na yeye ni ku make sure the architect's design is stable ama imesimama, because hiyo ndo ni the structural works. And then there is the QS who plans for you the finances depending on the engineer's works and the architect's work. You see, so usiseme ni kazi ya architect ni kukuplania. No, it's you to plan for yourself. Hakuna pali architect anakuplania kitu. Priscilla Zawadi, it's a 3-bedroom house, orange suit. I was not. Hey, orange suit. He mkula pesa. Congrats, man. Congrats, and Benjamin. Congrats. Wow. Awesome. Hey, any other person with any question, you can continue to texting or nini. Also, you can ask question on WhatsApp. You can do so much there. So let me check whether there are other people as you watch these artists. Kama kuna watu wengine wamecomment. Just a minute. Okay, so we good. Let's watch these artists Wahome's interview. Okay.
The low income. You see, this money is not supposed to give you a house. It's basically the offtake. It's basically the money that is helping us build the house. But then after that, it is you who actually pays for.
So what they are speaking of, ile pesa employees wanakatwa. and initially people thought wanakatwa hii pesa ili hiyo pesa iende to that house, but lo behold, gava ilibeba watu ujinga. Sahii waliintroduce like a tax, basically ni tax tunalipa, ni tax iliongezewa in another name, yeah. Or and if you have another explanation other than this, hata CS mwenyewe anajiongea these are tax, so basically ni tax, ni venye tu ilibandikwa jina mpya. I don't think there is any other
That
way you
house.
can go with it.
You understand? We are not building and giving you. We are building, giving you for you to maintain it as by way of rent. In a way, it's like a tenant purchase. So
Like a
if
rent to
you
own.
you rent to own, it's a tenant purchase. So if really you feel you can strain a little and take the 2-bedroom one, nobody will stop you, which is also affordable and sustain, and also given on terms that are still very easy, because we are talking about 4,700 and 7,000 a month.
Those are social
So
housing. Those
if
are
you
social
tell me
housing.
that-
This one is social housing. Don't because there is nothing less than for the studios. The cheapest utapata ni about 10K. Is it no 7K? Yeah, 7K. Yeah, let's go back here. Add this data sheet. The cheapest studio utapata ni 7,250 for the affordable housing. Social ziko sawa, ndo hizi 7,000, hii ni 6,800, ukiongezea 500 ya service fee, naona unapata 7,300. So whatever she is saying hajakosea, but those are social housing, not affordable housing. And what are your thoughts on this? Because watu kuna vile wanatubebanga tu anyway.
Then to give you a house that is 7,000 and your income is, and you see, I don't tell you, you apply, but the income determines what you can sustain.
Latif, are you saying affordable isn't affordable? It's not accessible.
Or
I'm saying social
It is
isn't
affordable.
social.
isn't social, yeah.
Affordable,
Isn't
I
as-
have another whole conversation about affordable, but
Mhm.
I'm saying social isn't social. Social should be to cater for at that moment when you're not able to.
Okay, I will argue with this. There are people seriously who are at the, let's assume mtu ako miaka 50, 60, and I'm not saying this is majority of those people are at the end phase of their life, giving them that opportunity to have a dignified lifestyle, hata kama ni for the rest of their lives is good. So the argument Ratifa ako nayo hapa, wacha tuisikize.
Be
I can
decent
get in
housing
there,
for that bracket.
get into a decent house. I am paying rent, but I am not owning the house. It's owned.
No, that argument sitakubaliana nayo kabisa. The idea itself gava wanaleta, it's very good. It's especially for those people in the slums, na si kumaanisha ni wote wataishi hapo, but kuna wenye wamestick huko, so giving them that dignity to have a better place to live, it's very awesome by the way, so it's not like ni kama face mtu for someone who is like 20, 30, 40, social housing should be a face where now unakapitia sasa, umepatia place poa ya kurent at the same affordable prices that you are renting, because hizi bei wanapatiana na social housing, they are very nice guys, hizo bei ziko poa. That's why nasema if you get the opportunity to own them, go and purchase those houses, because those are a deal of a lifetime. But now his argument ni kumaanisha haufai kununua hiyo nyumba, inafaa kukupatia like a relief when you're struggling for you to get to the next point. There are people who struggle for all their lives, no problem, no offense. Kuna people who literally struggle for all their life, and there are people who have never had that dignity, kukuwa na a separate room between them and their kids. Kuna a grandmother in Kibera analea wajukuu wake, watoto wa watoto wake, na wengine wanalea watoto wa watoto wa watoto wao. Those people having those houses, affording by like this house, like this unit I shared here. Look at this unit, guys. Like this unit, it gives them a dignity, some sort of dignity, and you find them hawezi pata hii unit anywhere in Nairobi less than 10, 15K. Hata 10K kuipata ni ngumu, unless tunaongea ndani kabisa. This is basically like a 2-bedroom unit. Ni venye tu imeshapio ni single tatu zimewekwa pamoja. Yeah, these are basically 3 singles that are sharing amenities. So offering dignity to those people at 7,000, na wengine inabidi unapata single kubwa yenye wanachukua. I literally was working in Huruma. I'm telling you guys, one single unit ile kubwa ya 20 by 10, smaller than this, 20 feet by 10 feet, mtu alikuwa anaiganisha into 3, anaweka bed ile side na kishuka, hii side nyingine anaweka bed na plywood. Hiyo ndo main bedroom yake na bibi yake na watoto wake wanalala hapo. Katikati ndo wanaweka couch kamoja ka 3-seater, and then wanaweka place ya kupika. So such a person paying 6,500 for a big single apate this opportunity, boss. What are you talking of? Now you see, that's a deal. You need deal. For me, that's a big opportunity. And you are giving them that dignity yenye haja ipata. You see? So for me, this argument that it doesn't make sense here.
Owned by the housing fund, it's owned by National Housing Corporation, whoever, it's owned by government. It's social housing for its people. When I can afford to start getting into the journey of purchasing a home, I'll apply and go to affordable housing. But for this time, when I am unable, right, I am moving from a house where I've been struggling to pay 600 bob to 1,000 bob to 2,000, whatever amount, but I want a decent home with my family. And I go into this country that cares for its social protection. Put me in a decent.
So what I would advise is offer both. Then let them offer both. But for now, they're offering one. So, and do you know, because hata sijui kwa nini tunaongea juu ya social housing. Social housing is less than 10% of what they're offering. These guys are crooks. Na sinaongei na ubaya. The government or whoever came up with this idea, the only idea that is really benefiting Kenya is the social housing. And it being less than 10% of the units being offered. I'm being about 10 to 20% of. I will calculate them, how many percentage, but I believe they are less than 10% of the units being offered. Unapata it doesn't make sense. It makes sense. Whatever they are discussing here is irrelevant, because the biggest bulk iko kwa affordable na market rate housing. Now, these are affordable, they are not really affordable, guys.
The number of people,
I don't have to own this home.
There has to be a beginning, Eric, and we must be practical. And we know we are Kenyans. We must understand that if for example, it is open to everyone.
No affordable housing project has been completed 2 years later.
Everybody who requires a decent houses, a house that I must give them at the rate of 3,000, for example, per month, then it means I will not even start the construction. I will not even start the release of those houses, because it will even be a problem as who do you choose and who do you not choose.
You must not sell the house.
I must not sell.
Yeah.
We are not selling.
Your idea to sell when you own any unit in the affordable housing scheme na huhitaji, let's assume umeanza kulipa hiyo ya 1 bedroom, umeanza kulipa hiyo 10k or whatever amount you're paying, you won't offload that unit for 8 years. Hiyo unit ni yako for the next 8 years. The only time utafunguliwa nini ya kuuza ni after 8 years, so that that's the point they are trying to pass to the CS up and come
giving you the house. You are owning the house to live in.
So I'm buying the house.
Rent to own is still to own. It's still a purchase.
You're selling me
right?
the house.
Of course, there is
even the one. If
you look at that studio, Eric, the interest rate, for example, is leading up.
Na hizo si studio, hizo ni bed sitter bana. Wachani
management fee, you would say administration fee of 3%. The affordable, the interest rate is 5%. Then the market one is 9%. Where will you get those kind of arrangements without the government coming on board? So therefore, if you tell me that I must give everybody who needs the house, because majority of Kenyans actually require that house, yes, I give them 3-bedroom, then we will have to rethink of how much then we are putting into this kitty so that I can provide My wish would be to provide a space that could be 2 to 3 bedrooms. But you know what, Eric? That is not practical right now with the fund that I have.
Could the apprehension that he's speaking about also
That-
just be one of the reasons why there's a little bit of fear? It almost sounds like everything you're explaining that he's asking, it
Yes.
doesn't seem like people have a full grasp of what the projected kind of like timeline and rollout looks like.
The timeline is 30 years. Whatever
the
house you pick,
payment.
the payment period is 30 years. There is no confusion about that. If you can pay in less than period than that, you are
The
most
better.
welcome. You know, I mean, your fortunes could also change.
Yeah.
Your life, income could also change. And you might find that I started social. Down the line, we can upgrade. You can upgrade to affordable or to market.
I wish these guys were gava venye wanaongeanga ndo wana behavingi ama that's how they execute they have hakuna mtu wa government ananga nini mzuri like a good turn. So there is a comment here, let me talk about it. Wangefanya hizo nyumba zote zikuwe social housing, wasaidie wa Kenya. Very true. That's also my opinion. Every unit of that, sijui hata kwa nini wanaziweka sijui market rate, affordable housing, sijui nini. All those should have been under social housing. And zote. And zingesaidia watu sana. Guys, zingesaidia watu. Slums would in years to come. Na because already ni tax na ni pesa ya Wakenya, hizo zingesaidia watu. Nazipatio the now another issue these affordable housing have ni unapata the people who are purchasing them like I speak ile ya Kerugoya, kuna rumors are those 1 bedroom units mtu alichukua 20, there are 40 units, one person, one entity amelipa 20. What is that? So hata hizo nyumba tu zimeenda kwa the people who can afford literally, and then akuja rentishe. Anyway, so basically hii yote ni PR. This is my opinion, but if it was executed well, that's the deal. Ikifanywa the right way na ifanywa proper execution, this would be awesome, man. This would be awesome. And yeah, thank you for everyone who was tuned in. Tomorrow we have another show. Any other question before I finish the live? Any question? Any person with any question? I love questions or comments. You can comment. I will leave nitaka hapa for about 3 minutes waiting for your questions or comment. I really appreciate. I appreciate everyone who chimed in. So tomorrow at 7 I'll be here. Nani bado uko kwa matatu industry? Yeah, bado tuko. I hate that industry. Hiyo kitu nachukia kama kitu mbaya. Hiyo kitu mbaya. Maybe my hate for that industry is so weird. At the moment we only have one more. Yeah, we are tunajiondoa tu polepole. Yeah. I'm still there. Any other question? Hizo nyumba zikijengwa zinakuwa zishanuri. Yeah, true. Yeah, I told you in Kerugoya that's what they are doing. Yeah, they have done that in Kerugoya. 20 units at na hii ni rumors. I won't say that it's staki watu waseme najua. No, it's rumors. When I was there, when I was shooting that video that I was there, that it's rumored that one person, I mean, 20 units are 1 bedroom. So you wonder, now there are only 40 units because the whole area has 100 units. 20 studios, hizo bed sitters, 40 units are 2 bedroom, na 40 units are 1 bedroom. So mtu mmoja akion zote, what happens, Just wonder. So yeah, we appreciate what you do, bro. Thanks man. So saa hii mtakuwa mnanipata hapa And then the clips of the things that we have discussed zitakuwa zina-uploadiwa where you can easily watch the live and the ideas that in short form. So you can check the channel. So tomorrow morning, whatever we discussed here, itakatokatwa ikuwe some few clips you can watch there. Yeah, but the live will still be on the channel. Thank you for everyone who has watched. Thank you. What is your opinion on Kikuyu affordable housing for 640k? Hiyo ni studio. Let me check. Kikuyu affordable housing. Hiyo tutaangalia na nyenye. Yeah, I will answer every question. Kikuyu affordable housing project. Ndo hii hapa. Share. Just a minute. Okay. Now I needed the other one. Okay, there it is. Kikuyu. So Kikuyu ni ya 640 ni ipi? Ni one room social. Tuione inakaaje. This is like a studio, but I guess wakisema one room social because these are the 3 room unit social. Naona venye zinakaa. This is what I had downloaded it. So the studio unit, hii studio ni wanaita ni kama studio, tutaita studio tu. Basically it's this. This is a good deal. In Kikuyu, hii chukua kesho ukiweza. Go and buy it. Go and start paying for it. Your return of investment is going to be instant. Yeah? Instant. Nacheki. And this is some proof. This is some maths that was done by someone on a unit somewhere near Nairobi, not Kikuyu, but other units in Nairobi. Yes, these are social housing. So this one falls under social housing here, 640. Go and buy it. Now see, and don't regret owning it. Don't regret owning it. That will be a deal of a lifetime, guys. Enda uichukue. Hata his, go and buy it. Go and invest in that. That you won't regret. One room social. Go and invest in that. Kisikia watu ni kujipanga, my friend, unadhani it's joke. Thank you. Kusupport ile point. You have to have a certain plan. Si kufanya tu mambo tu ki. I'm not na si kupinga Benjamin hapa. I'm just saying that you have to, there must be some sort of planning. Hata kama ni, planning si kuandika kwa karatasi peke yake. Planning ni kujua kenye unafanya. Ama managing your life. There are people who not necessarily write their plans down, but they know how to manage or execute on their plans. So planning is not just that. So guys, I think the stream is coming to an end. Any other question? I will leave just 2 minutes. Nataka kumaliza at 5:40 before I go on to the next project. Any other question, guys? Yeah, you can go and check. Thank you for everyone who came to watch. Kila mtu mwenye amesikiza. I appreciate this, man. Yeah, naona tumekuwa na so many viewers. My top we had even 25 guys watching at the same time. Thank you, and I really appreciate. So kama kuna swali lingine, guess I will end this here and we call it a day. Thank you.